You ever notice how winter somehow turns the world into a giant icebox? But somehow your socks never get the memo? Yeah, being cold isn't just uncomfortable, it's brutal. And if you're living without a stable home, it's a whole new level of, why did I even wake up today? But here's the thing, surviving cold doesn't have to be miserable. There are tricks that feel like they should be illegal because they're that clever, and today we're going to talk about them. Not the ones your parents taught you, not the ones in school, the ones people actually use when the thermostat is mocking them. First off, layering isn't just a fashion suggestion, it's science. Think of your clothes like a series of little sleeping bags you wear. Start with a thin base layer that actually hugs your skin. Cotton? Forget it. That's like a sponge for misery. Go for synthetic or wool if you can. Add a middle layer for insulation, sweaters, hoodies, whatever gives you that I'm cozy and also ready to punch winter in the face vibe. Then a windbreaker or something that blocks drafts. You don't need $1 million coat. You need smart layering. And pockets, they're not just for style points. Fill them with anything that stores heat. Hand warmers are amazing, but if you don't have them, even crumpled newspaper or small water bottles filled with hot water can act like tiny personal radiators. Keep your head covered, your socks thick, and never underestimate the power of gloves. Mittens are actually warmer than gloves, but hey, whatever floats your boat. Now, here's where it gets a little more inventive. Ever hear of the cardboard insulation trick? Cardboard is like the cheap but surprisingly effective cousin of a space blanket. Tape it up behind you if you're sitting somewhere or under a sleeping bag. It traps heat like a little invisible force field. And speaking of sleeping bags, if you can get one, layer it with blankets or even newspapers. It's amazing how much heat your body creates if you just give it something to hold on to. Even sitting can be strategic. Metal and concrete are like tiny ice cubes disguised as seating. Always look for surfaces that give a little, like wood or layered fabrics. Your goal is to let your body do its job without it losing all its heat to the universe. Okay, now let's talk about the sneaky stuff that actually makes a difference when it's freezing and you've got limited resources. One thing people forget is that your body isn't
Heat's
the
not
only
just from
thing
the
that
body,
generates
it's in the
heat.
cup, the steam,
You can
the moment.
manipulate your environment a bit, too. Even a small cardboard wall or a cluster of blankets can create a mini windbreak if you're outdoors. Wind steals heat like it's on a personal vendetta, so anything that blocks it is basically magic. And if you're in a spot where you can pile up leaves or newspapers around your legs or under you, do it. It's like building a little thermal moat around your body. Water is your enemy in cold weather, but also your friend if you use it right. Keeping dry is priority number one. Wet clothes will make you miserable faster than you can say hypothermia. But here's the clever part. A plastic bottle with warm water inside your sleeping bag or tucked in your coat can give you hours of gentle heat. And don't just throw it in willy-nilly, wrap it in a shirt or sock so it doesn't burn or leak. That's the difference between "ah nice" and "oh no, now I have a new problem." Another underrated tactic is movement. We think of exercise like running marathons, but even little things like wiggling your fingers, marching in place, or swinging your arms can make a surprisingly big difference. Just don't sweat so much that you soak your clothes, because then you're back to square one. Think of it as controlled chaos, heat generation without turning into a damp mess. Now, here's a trick that sounds ridiculous but works: body heat sharing. If you've got a trusted friend, huddle up. 2 humans are warmer than one, and it's a scientifically proven fact that you can borrow heat like it's a free trial. Even sitting back to back or lying head to toe can make the cold a lot more manageable. It's kind of hilarious, but also life-saving. And for solo survival, mimic that by wrapping yourself in blankets and creating pockets where heat can circulate, basically turning yourself into a human burrito. Lastly, remember the power of insulation under you. Ground heat loss is sneaky. It sucks heat right out of you while you're trying to rest. Cardboard, newspapers, foam, even leaves, anything that creates a barrier between you and the cold ground works wonders. Layer them, crinkle them, Make it a little nest. You'll be amazed how much warmer you feel. All right, now that we've covered clothing, body heat, and clever insulation, let's get into the last set of tricks, the ones that feel like cheating winter itself. First up, pockets of air. Sounds weird, right? But think about it. Trapped air is basically free insulation. You can create little air cushions by layering clothes loosely inside jackets or blankets, or even stuffing newspapers into a coat. It adds bulk, sure, but it also traps your body heat where you need it most. Your future self will thank you when your fingers stop feeling like frozen sausages. Food and drink are also underappreciated weapons. Eating gives your body fuel to generate heat, so even small snacks are worth it. Hot drinks? Even better. If you can boil water over a tiny portable stove, or just get creative with what's available, sipping something warm keeps your core happy. And don't just guzzle it, take small sips. It's like a mini internal radiator. And if you're in a pinch, even holding a warm container between your hands or close to your body is basically free heat therapy. One of my favorite hacks is exploiting microclimates. Your environment is full of hidden warm spots if you know where to look. Sheltered corners, bus stops that get sun in the morning, even under stairwells or in alcoves, they trap a little extra heat. Sometimes moving just a few feet can be the difference between shivering and feeling okay. And if you have any reflective material, foil, shiny mylar blankets, even emergency blankets, position it so it reflects your own body heat back at you. It sounds like sci-fi, but it works. Don't underestimate creativity with trash and odds and ends. Cardboard, plastic bags, old newspapers, they're not glamorous, but they can be stacked, wrapped, or layered to make a surprisingly effective barrier. Think of it like building your own mini fortress of warmth. And if you're ever stuck in a vehicle, even just sitting on layered fabric or newspapers instead of the bare seat makes a big difference. Little tweaks like that add up. Finally, mindset matters. Being cold is miserable, yes, but panicking about it only makes it worse. Strategize. Stack layers. Move when needed. Seek shelter creatively. Celebrate small victories, like finding a dry patch to sit or a warm drink to sip. Surviving cold is part science, part improvisation, and part stubborn determination. And once you start experimenting, you realize winter isn't this unstoppable monster. It's just a puzzle that you, with some clever hacks, can solve.